Hey y'all, welcome to this week's update. All right, so the title may seem a little clickbaity. Apologize for that, but I think it's true and I'll explain why. I think Crowdstrike very well could spell the top in this US stock market. Meanwhile, we do have an attempted assassination uh, on former President Trump, and crypto is pumping because they missed. All right, and we'll talk about why each of those events is significant. Let's just jump right into it. All right, so I'm going to start here with the SPY. All right, you'll remember last week I posted that I was taking 50% of my allotment out of the market. Right? No, normally I don't talk about my funds in the stock market because this is strictly a crypto channel, but I do use the SPY, the dollar, the VIX, as you know, the housing market, oil, and some of those other key indicators like Nvidia as a an indication of where the crypto market will potentially go as well. And so that is why those things are on my weekly update agenda to review. And let's talk about the SPY. First of all, you can see down here on the RSI, I'll turn my arrow around so you can see what I'm talking about. We broke. You remember last week I mentioned we were coming down, we were on support down there, and I said we would have one more bounce before we broke through. That is exactly what happened. You'll see a small bounce there. It wasn't huge, but there was a bounce on that support, and then we broke. All right. And you can see what happened up here. Let's see, it was about 7 days ago that I sold. So somewhere right here is where I sold 50% and went all in. That 50% went all to cash. Now, with the CrowdStrike event occurring, guys, I'm telling you, we have not seen the ramifications of this yet. Let's jump over to the CrowdStrike chart very quickly, and I'm going to talk a little bit about what has happened with CrowdStrike and why that is so significant. All right, got it. So here is our CrowdStrike chart, and let me just zoom in very quickly. So you may have already seen the news. I'm sure you have. If you follow any sort of uncensored news, you'll also know what happened. But CrowdStrike has caused an outage in Microsoft Windows computers. And guys, I don't think any of this is coincidence. I've said this before on my channel, and I'm not here to speak politics or conspiracy theory or anything else, but we have to be a little bit conspiracy theory. I mean, a good trader always is a little bit of a conspiracy theorist. You have to entertain possibilities in your mind in order to align that with what you see in the news, in stock prices, in technical analysis. All of that plays a role in understanding price direction. And to be honest with you, that's why I was able to call a top on SPY so accurately. So here's the SPY chart. I'm gonna have to jump back to CrowdStrike again, but I mean, my top for the last, and my followers know this, my top for the last 2 years has been 571. All right, we didn't quite hit that, but look at how close. I mean, who else do you know that you follow that called it this close? All right, 565. So I was $6 off. There's not many analysts out there. I don't know of any, but maybe you guys do. Maybe you follow other technical analysis. Since I only do crypto, I don't claim to be an expert in the world of stocks, but I really don't know any other analysts that have called that accurate of a top. And I'm not trying to brag. I mean, sometimes I get lucky, sometimes I get it wrong, sometimes I get it massively wrong. In this case, I got it right, and it was due to this inverse head and shoulders pattern that I spotted, and I paired that with Elliott wave theory. All right. Now, I'm not saying that the top is in, but I'm saying if the top is in, I was $6 off, and we could now start to see. Yeah, I've said all along that once the election shenanigans begins, and I called it shenanigans before, but obviously with an attempted assassination of former president, it's becoming more than just shenanigans. Um, and so I didn't mean to make light of the situation. What I said was before the assassination attempt, and now things are really going to start getting serious. I personally don't think the CrowdStrike incident is a coincidence. I have a hard time, and I've said this before, believing in the conspiracy of incompetence. I know a lot of my friends are like, well, you're a big conspiracy theorist. You think, this and this. And no, actually, I'm not. Who I call the conspiracy theorists are my friends that want us to believe that the people in charge, or the people that are supposed to protect us, the people in authority, are actually as incompetent as they want us to believe they are. That they could just possibly make so many egregious mistakes. That is the true conspiracy. And so that's what I pose as a question to my friends who want me to believe that these people are just that dumb. It's not that way at all, folks. All right, so back on track here. Here's the CrowdStrike chart, and I would say this would be a great stock to short. If you're going to short it, I would short it all the way to 150. All right, so we're at 300 right now. Easily, you will make 2x, and I promise you, it's not just going to hang at this 200-day moving average. The error that has caused the outage is serious, guys, and I'm in IT, so I know what a pain this is going to be. And by the way, I don't think it's coincidental that shortly after, actually hours after Trump announces that he accepts, major markets go down. I mean, hospitals are down. My wife works in a hospital. It's all blue screens. Airlines are being canceled. Banks are down. Telework organizations, people can't do anything. And this is an issue that's going to have to be fixed physically. And it's not going to be an easy issue for most people to fix. Let me just show you something here very quick. So guys, this is the code inside of the sys file, the driver that was updated for CrowdStrike, causing the blue screen of death crash on many computers. This is not an easy fix, especially if you have BitLocker enabled. But you can see all of this code right here. See all these zeros? Those are nulls. That's a professional organization does not send out a driver update that is full of nulls. This is for sure going to cause a kernel crash, and the outages are going to ripple on into the future. So back to stock analysis. You have some time to get into this trade here on CrowdStrike. If you're going to go short, go all the way to 150. That would be the final target down for me. And I believe that CrowdStrike is going to impact. It's not just going to be CrowdStrike that you're going to see go down. This is going to impact. This is going to have a ripple effect that goes all across our economy. So with the fact that I've already had a target, which we've already reached, and now you have this CrowdStrike issue, which seems suspicious to me with those nulls. I mean, a professional developer wouldn't. How do you send out nulls in your driver update? That makes zero sense. So you want me to believe that these devs on one of the biggest technology platforms in the world is that incompetent? I can't believe it. I'm sorry. That's the conspiracy that I can't entertain. And this happens hours after Trump accepts and was nearly assassinated. I'm sorry, guys. This is retaliation right now going on. Who owns CrowdStrike? Mostly BlackRock and Vanguard. All right. It's just you got to put the dots together, guys. It's not that hard. I'm a crypto trader. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but you have to put these dots together if you're going to make money. And I'm here to help you make money. So if you're going to have a lot of dogma in the way, you're not going to be able to make money. All right. That's just the bottom line. You got to set your political dogma and preferences aside, religious and everything else, and you just have to connect the dots in a logical and reasonable manner. And that's where we're at. So for the last 2 years, I've been talking about SPY going up. All right. I've been talking about this blow off top. I've been talking about the economy being all peachy and great, or at least having the appearance of that. It's not really, but underneath it all, we're crumbling, and we're going to feel the impact of that. So now we are, in my mind, I'm going to make the turning point here with this CrowdStrike incident, and I'm going to start to talk about the SPY going down and where we're going to go from here. In my mind, no less than 50% over the course of the next 3-4 years, but potentially up to 75-80%. People are going to lose 75-80% of their wealth if they keep it in the market. We're going down, and maybe not just yet. Maybe I'm a little bit early. I'm not saying that this is the top for sure. I'm saying it could be. This could be our key indicator, a key signal that we start to make our way down. You know, the system does not like Donald Trump. We know that. The hate and animosity towards that man, who is just another person, I've never seen anything like it. And we have a different, after what we saw since COVID. These are mean, spiteful killers. They hate everything and everybody that opposes their built-up system. And I know a lot of these people are just, they call it mass psyop. They don't really know. They just repeat what they hear on the news. They don't like to think outside the box. It hurts them because it takes courage to do that, and it scares them to admit what possibly could be going on. That's understandable. But so there's many good people out there that are on the other side that they're just scared. That's understandable. But we can't be scared here as a trader. You got to set those emotions aside, and you just got to think logically and with reason, connecting those dots to see where we're going to go. That's what I'm trying to help you guys out with. I want to help the little guys win by connecting these dots. And that's why we follow a little bit of, I try to keep politics out of my videos. I really have not spoken much about politics until today. And I'm not even saying I'm for Trump or for Biden. I'm not saying where I'm situated politically. Actually, it would probably surprise a lot of you. But I'm speaking this way because we need to know where the markets are going to go. And now we have retaliation time. All right, the system hates Trump. We've known that from day one, those of us who have been able to think for ourselves. And they obviously want to kill him. I mean, if that wasn't made evident to you through all the data and evidence that you saw, you should start looking into it because it's more than some random kid who was, by the way, in a BlackRock sponsored video, which was taken down. But it was more. It was much, much more than that, much greater. All right. So they want Trump out, and they want whoever, these people are just puppets. The CIA probably controls all of this behind the scenes. But they don't want the system to go the way that free people want it to go. Free people want it to go a certain way, and they want it to go a different way. So if it's not going to happen that way, they're going to take us down. They're going to take the whole system down. The way they do that is through finances, food, energy, everything else. So down we will start to go eventually. This may not be the time yet, but I want to get you all prepared for this. And I'm not trying to scare you, fearmonger, anything. I mean, if you see something different, then you trade, you do you. You just do you, right? I'm just calling it the way that I see it. And so far, I haven't been wrong. All right, now let's just jump over to Bitcoin because I did mention Bitcoin and the Trump pump because of Bitcoin. Why is crypto pumping? Because the Trump assassination failed. Well, part of the reason has to do with Trump is speaking at the next cryptocurrency. He started to accept cryptocurrency. He made that public a few weeks ago. Full support of crypto and Bitcoin in particular. His vice president, I don't know much about him, but I know he is a proponent of crypto as well. And Trump will be speaking at the next crypto get-together conference. All right. So because the assassin, because Trump tilted his ear, we're not going into a bear market just yet in the crypto space. The Trump pump is on, and I think it will continue. Again, my target has always been and still remains the intersection of these two ascending trend lines, somewhere around there, which could be anywhere from 85 to 95,000. I'm going to say right around 88, 90,000. I think that's a great target. And we have a massive bull flag here, lots of accumulation. So I think we'll get there actually fairly easily. I think I might be wrong in this case to the downside, not to the upside. All right, like I was with SPY. So that is why we have a Trump pump going on. And I know I did a lot of rambling in this video, but I had to do that to explain the situation and what my line of thinking is. All right. I think altcoins are going to follow the big dog Bitcoin, and we've definitely seen a lot of pumping going on in the altcoin space. I don't have all my charts pulled up, but I mean, we've got regular 12 to 20% pumps in some of the alts, especially the meme coins and the smaller coins. But those big alts are following suit, and Solana's, again, the king of my crypto space. I have been in Solana since it was $8. It's doing very well. I think it's going to 300. Anyways, enough said on all of that. And guys, I hope you didn't get offended by any of that. If you did, this is probably not the channel for you. I'm not trying to make a lot of views. I'm just trying to chart out the price action of our overall stock market, macroeconomic situation, and especially crypto here. And to do that, I have to break it down. And sometimes the truth is not easy to digest or accept, but this is the way it is. And we're all starting to see it now. It's all becoming more apparent. I don't see how it can't be. But if it's not, I would encourage you to dig deeper, because if you don't, if you allow dogma to be in the way, that's setting you up for failure in the future. Emotions cannot be a part of this game here. We have to trade according to the facts, and these are the facts. This is what's happening. Crowdstrike, again, one more thing on Crowdstrike. Usually the way governmental entities work is they'll set up an event like this, and it'll have twofold purpose. All right. So the nation that did not get impacted by this, I've heard, is Russia. So what do you think our government is going to do to continue big war? They're going to blame Russia. All right. So let's not fall for that, guys. Let's please do your homework and stay involved in your political situation, and speak out where your beliefs are. It's not my job to do that in this channel, but please be involved and study the facts. Peace, y'all. Until the next video.